What is up, guys? Thanks for joining me today. And today I have my first review for a movie, and it's gonna be The Green Knight, hence the green LED lights. Anyway, this movie came out in July 30th of 2021, directed by David Lowery, adapted from Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, and is from A24 Studios. And if you're familiar with them, they kind of make these mysterious movies, very trippy, I would say. Kind of like Twilight Zone, where there's no actual answer, something like that, from my words, personally. And it was a good movie. It was over a little bit over like 2 hours, and basically what goes on is King Arthur's headstrong nephew embarks on a daring quest to confront the Green Knight, a mysterious giant who appears at Camelot. Risking his head, he sets off an epic adventure to prove himself before his family and court. So with that, it's very, I would say, if I had to describe the movie, it's very trippy. Not in the bad sense, it's just a lot of things that were said and shown, but you weren't really explained. For instance, there was a lot of, if you're familiar with like the Renaissance and like medieval times, there's like dragons, spirits, knights, ghosts, ogres, that type of thing. It's kind of like that. There was talking animals, there was a talking fox in this movie. There was people talking, and talking fancy languages like you would read from Shakespeare. So basically, there's this game, and from the Green Knight, which was created from spells and or curses by these witches, one happens to be the mother of Gawain, and they come to the knights, and he confronts them, telling him, "There's this game. I will fight you. If you kill me in 1 year's time, I will return the same blow to you." And no one steps up, but Gawain does, and he ends up killing the Green Knight, who puts no effort whatsoever in the fight. And then he gets up, picks his head up, and laughs maniacally, saying, "Till next year." Gawain doesn't really think much of this. A year's time comes, and he's like, "Do I have to go? Was it for real?" And King Arthur's like, "You made a promise, you partook in the game, so you must go." He goes, and it's a lot of medieval music, like the little instrument they have. It's very, catchy. It's good. I like that. A lot of vegetation, a lot of, the scenery is perfect, spot on. And he goes through a lot of obstacles. He gets robbed by kids. He sees this spirit who wants her head back, and he gets it for her. He goes to this castle where the family or the people residing in it are very strange, sort of lover, and then this other man who's a hunter, and this lady with a blindfold. And he sees a lot of beings, giant beings that have they're kind of like an action figure that has no paint whatsoever. They're kind of like bodiless, no facial features. They're giant, just shapes of a human. That's it. A talking fox. And yeah, a lot of things are, like I said, very trippy, because for one part, when he's jumped by those younger kids, he's left in the forest and he's tied up, and then the camera, our perspective, spans 360 to where his body was left, and you could see it, and it's just a skeleton. He's dead. But then it does another 360 and he's alive. So I didn't really know what to make of that. Maybe it's kind of like that's what would have happened, but it was just strange. And those giant beings, what was up with that? But then the house, what was up with the house? Were they good or were they bad? I don't know. It's kind of like Life of Pi when he goes on that island with the meerkats. He wants to stay, but then the island itself is dangerous, so he gets off. I kind of got vibes like that from this mansion. I don't know if I'm mistaken, because like I said, it's adapted from something. Maybe I could be wrong. Well, this is me, like an average moviegoer, no previous connections to whatever this is. It's just me seeing it the first time and me giving my thoughts basically about what I saw. And the Green Knight, why did he have to fight the Green Knight? What if he just said, "No thanks, we just want to hang out, go away," Or was it for pride, maybe? Maybe that could be the thing. But then, so he ends up going, he meets the Green Knight, and, he sees the Green Knight, he's like, "Oh, now it's time for me to return the blow." He goes down, and he's wearing this string he was given by his witch mother, that says, "As long as you have it above your waist, you're not to get your head cut off, you will not die." And with that, he kind of just flees, he gets scared, he chickens out, and then he goes back home. He becomes a king eventually, but a bad king at that, where the people revolt. And when they're gonna try to break into his house, he's sitting there with his family. The family leave his side because it's dangerous at this point. But he realizes what he did wrong, and he takes off the string which he had above his waist, which was I think inside of him, because when he took it out, you could hear like flesh or something, which was kind of odd. I didn't understand that. But then his head automatically you could see like just fall off, something like Mortal Kombat. And yeah, like what was up with that? But then out of nowhere, we go back to the scene where he meets the Green Knight, and he's like that. He's like, wait a minute. He takes off the string. He's like, okay, I'm ready. So all that was in his head again, just like the forest scene where we do the 360 skeleton, 360 back. It's kind of like that. And so, and he cuts his knife, and it says The Green Knight. It was a good movie. It was very trippy. It was entertaining. It was 2 hours. It went by kind of fast. There was a lot of quiet scenes, I would say. Like for the part where he meets the Green Knight, there's kind of like this pause and 1 minute of silence, and it was just very quiet. One moviegoer even started sneezing, which I thought was kind of funny because this was like the most important part of the movie. Just for them to sneeze was kind of like entertaining, but it didn't ruin it for me. If anything, I would rate it a 7.8 out of 10. It was very abstract, like a museum when you see a painting and you really don't know what it looks like, and you're like, what even is that? And people say, oh my god, that's the best piece of art. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. You captured everything of life in it. And it would be something that doesn't even look like remotely to what they said, or, it was kind of like that. Because I know it got high reviews, so I would recommend watching it. I'm a casual moviegoer, and I was entertained, so I would recommend it. Anyway, thanks for watching. May the force be with you. Catch you next time.